Oh, I don't know if I should turn that radio off a little bit. Just a moment. Turn the light on. You being good over there or anything? Not terrible, but... So, hello. I'm gonna well, I kind of want to wait till there's somebody here. I don't know. I guess I could talk about the one thing while there's not somebody, nobody here. Just kind of because I do have some topics before kind of the other thing and in the music, or yeah. Um, but sorry. Um, I kind of want to be eating too. It's sitting here in front of me, and I kind of want to be eating. So I'm just going to type a quick note. Okay, I think it's behaving now. Okay. For the music and the chat. So I kind of don't really want to repeat that. I'll just say that for those that are watching after the fact, I just put a little note in the chat. Hopefully it displays. If not, basically roundabout way as if what I'm doing at the beginning of this is not something that you know, feel like you want to be here for. But the title and the music and the chat is. Come back in about 10 minutes. What I'm eating is my new creation, or kind of new creation. It's a wrap, in this case, an ham, and some dill, some hummus, some cucumber dressing. It's a good thing that I put that on. Some cucumber dressing, and some pumpkin seeds, actually, with the green ones. Because I think they are either green before they're white or white before they're green. So, oh, and paneer. That's kind of one of the main ingredients. So I'm just finishing eating, but I was eager to get started. So, and sometimes it takes a bit of time for people to tune in. So I remember once or twice, actually, like an hour. Good thing I had that time and well that long. And it was someone I was somewhat familiar with here in the YouTube community, and that was lovely. It's around this time of day too, I think, for them. So. So I don't want to just be sitting here though and eating. So I'm going to try and keep that conversation moving. But I think people really know about it and didn't see the note. They'd probably say something. I'd say, oh well. I'm putting out a lot of good content, so I can be a little bit more lax sometimes, I feel. So, I want to talk first about a couple of customer service experiences that I had today, actually. One of them was calling the disability office. It's true. Maybe I didn't specify until after they sent out the first check. And I have a few difficulties. I very much want to work, and I'm trying to find opportunities. And there are some things I can still do. And I think most people with a disability, there is just something they could do. However, sometimes their world and the opportunities, rather, come to them kind of at a snail's pace. And that does not mean that they aren't watching for them or even trying for them. It just, things don't fall together, or other people get them first, or whatever. And I'm not trying to whine or, you know, some people would say the word victim. I mean, I do kind of feel like I'm a victim of that, victim of those kind of circumstances. I mean, and some people are, you know, doesn't necessarily mean it should be that way. Doesn't mean it's not valid. Doesn't mean that they're not worthy individuals, right? But I'm just gonna bring this out to the kitchen as I do this, and it's a laptop, but um, I just have to put something out here. And the dog, I did a bit of a run through the one song, and our dog is sometimes noisy when I do podcasts. Um, Settled down in a couple different spots, actually three, I think, because I guess it was, I don't know, he didn't stay in any of them for very long, but he was quiet. He was laying there without a treat, and I think that that's kind of a good thing. But and Advance sees this, no, but sometimes it's just easier just to give him one. Say, you know what, you're cute, you're adorable, you're usually good, so here, don't be noisy. you know. No, actually, one of the treats we got him recently actually smells quite good, to be quite honest. I wouldn't mind it myself. It's these peanut butter rawhides. And now that I've touched the bag, I guess I should follow through with that. So before I do the couple songs, and maybe more than that, depending on, suggestions, I just wanted to talk, about these customer service, okay, you got to see them a little bit there, experiences. So one of them, it was called Disability Office, and I, in the menu prompts, right away I decided just to select a callback. I was watching something on YouTube, and I could have waited. The whole music wasn't that interesting, but I don't think I knew that at the time. And sorry, one other thing I'm feeling with you. Look past it, we all do it. Thank you. Anywho, and basically, well, I'm closer to it there, but then there's stuff in front of it. Anyway, basically, I almost want to sit over there actually, just because, well, my feet are a bit warm, but I know as soon as I take my socks off, they'll probably feel cold. Anywho, so I requested a call back, and this used to happen with my cell phone provider, I think, from what I would call occasionally when I would call them. Is they'd call back and say that there's nobody available to help you. Please hold. And basically, you think that you're getting your call back when somebody's available. Now, the wait was not very long there. It's true. Then I simply asked why I hadn't gotten my check. To which she said, she took down information, and then she said, okay, just give me a couple minutes to verify it. Now, I kind of don't mind people somewhat loosely using the word couple. I mean, I'm probably not actively, but I'm and when we're talking about, like friends or relationships, I could understand someone saying, oh, I was there with a couple friends, or, an open relationship. Like, I understand it in those contexts, but it was probably 7 or 8 minutes. I don't know why she couldn't just look it up, or, she said she was losing her voice a little bit. So, I mean, she's been doing this for that long, unless there's other reasons. I was going to say it's right at the top of the day, but then again, if, she does this, in her job, but anyway, you would think that she would know why this might be the case, but I guess she wanted to give me my specific answer. So anyway, she did, and it was all good. And that the other customer service experience that I had, because, it's good to find it sometimes. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned the thing at all, but was that we get our groceries delivered. We've been doing this since the pandemic. partly because we don't drive, sometimes because we don't like chaotic stores. Um, and it just, we started doing it, although I do miss Instacart. It was a bit more, you were able to contact your shopper. Like there was something we forgot to put on our list, but at a certain point we couldn't add anything to it. And I don't think I remembered to this morning, which was that point. Anywho, so it's possible, although has it only been 32 minutes since? It's possible that I had selected between 10 and 11. I thought I selected between 9 and 10. I was quite sure about that, but I could be wrong. Either way, it was either a bit late or whatever. But that's so. Guy sits in his car and he's texting for about 5 or 10 minutes. Small car too, for this kind of job. It's probably his personal car. You know, that part didn't bother me as much. I see him kind of standing at the side, and he says, "You wanted it in the back." I'm sorry to say the accent. I don't actually know if he had one. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. That did not mean to sound racist. Although I think he did have one, so I'm just relaying it accurately, folks. I mean, I'm not racist. Anywho, and he says, "Oh, by the way, that's what I wanted to remember to see is if the super chat, which I don't see. Oh, fan funding stickers. And I can edit that during the like. I don't really need that note to show there, but I don't know if I'm going to get. Is there? Yeah, I'll wait. Anywho, and basically, so I put them at the side, and we may have once or twice when we weren't sure if we were going to be home at the time said to put them in the back. I'm going to do the music in a moment here. But so he says, "You want it in the back?" And I said, "No, front's fine." He didn't even seem like he knew if he had the right place, even though he'd been sitting out there for a few minutes. And yeah, I don't think he's ever delivered here before. Anyway, so he drops the one bag at our side path instead of bringing it up to our deck. They also use paper bags a lot these days. We use it actually, we refill them with our recycling. So, I mean, it works. I don't know why he's barking at his rawhide. Anywho, 1 minute. There was a bit of the carpet string yarn or whatever. Anywho, welcome. Who do we got watching? Where are you watching from? Don't be shy. Anywho, so basically, he dropped it at the side path, and I came inside and called the other person in the house who's at work, because I had something else. So the other thing I wanted to update them about anyway. And the guy starts putting the things at the bottom of our stairs. And I come out, and I did say, it's a good thing I'm not more disabled or older. He didn't really say anything to that. I came in with some of the items. I went back out. We have a bush, which isn't sticking out in our main path that much, but he kind of like ducked from that and then was sort of hobbling away. And I like to believe that people are being honest and sincere. So, I mean, not that I hope he was disabled, but I hope he was, because if he was just pretending, that, doesn't seem right. But I felt a little bit bad, but I wondered if it was because what I said. He's like, "Oh, I'll show you to say it." Yeah, I didn't see him say that, but it is very true. Like, I mean, I'm able enough that I could get it from the bottom of our steps, up our steps, and in. I mean, they also often overpack the bags. Sometimes not, and we do have a note for them not to. I used to be a bagger in a grocery store in high school. Now I'm just a bagger. Just kidding. No, I'm not meaning to be mean to about them or anything like that, because I get it could be any of us. But anywho, basically, I'm also trying to figure out whether I want to have super chat on or just regular chat. Anyway, so basically, but seriously, I mean, there have been many times with other deliverers that I have had to take the items out of the bag to bring them in, because they, like last time, I think they brought a humongous fabric bag and it said everything in it. like everything, and it was really heavy. I don't know how the heck they got not this guy, but how they got it on the deck. To be great, I know some people are quite strong, but anywho. So yes, I felt bad, and I think it was maybe a lesson in not judging people negatively too quickly. I mean, I don't need to say that to the person that's been here for 3 or 4 minutes, because you've been here for 3 or 4 minutes, and I appreciate it. I'm curious if this is the first video of mine you've seen, how you came across it. I know that there's a song in the title, although I didn't title it super specifically for space reasons and just because. Yeah, I'm just curious. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. But yeah, I felt a little bad, that he may have actually had some sort of, I don't know if it was an injury or disability, and also possibly was acting a bit like slow and odd. I mean, it's the morning, yeah, but I don't know so if you're seeing this, I'm sorry, but I also, not trying to be mean or anything, would kind of say, although I know work can be hard to find, and again, this is not to sound racist at all. I get it. I get it in a way. A lot of employers want to give people that are new to a country, ours is Canada, an opportunity, a start. And a lot of them are actually quite skilled in some areas, but the training doesn't apply where they move to. And sometimes they move out of those places for legitimate reasons, because of things going on in that country. So I do get that, but I mean, they're not the only ones. I mean, again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I mean, teenagers get a lot of the jobs, their first jobs, whether they're spending it on copious amounts of alcohol or other things that are not, not that little alcohol ain't bad necessarily, but, some of them aren't very smart with it. Or I know about a lot of people that, they retire, they get bored. Saw an interesting video of a retired guy the other day in a show I watched. Anywho, and then they go back, and so it's really hard to get work. It's a pop. Anyway, but I would hope that he would easily find other work. That I'm sure that there's something that he could do, but if he can't bring people's groceries up their steps, like, our neighbors are immobile for the most part. If this had been them, and maybe this is good reason that they don't do it this way, they would have had, and they even, she does, and he does occasionally, first time in ages, and there's a bit of a story connected to this. I actually saw him actually leaving the home. And it's not that I'm always watching. I mean, there was a while there where I was enjoying being on the deck, but I don't know. It's I know because of their difficulties and their age. But so they would actually have a difficult time even coming to the neighbors, especially if they have steps. Like, she's got a hip replacement. I don't know how you do that, why you need it, but I kind of understand maybe, but and so yeah, basically it's kind of like, yeah. So, anywho, okay. All that said, and I'm still curious a little bit who's watching. Don't be shy. I did briefly change it to the chat, just because I'm open to donations, because, like, I'm on disability myself. I mean, it's not mandatory, but I changed it to what I thought was called Super Chat. Well, it's part of the fan funding category. I changed it back, and my 2 little notes are still there. I don't know which one to have it on, to be quite honest, and I'm hoping that that's not affecting, if you are commenting, that I'm not receiving. Still welcome to subscribe if you haven't, and like if you which no, you haven't liked yet that I can see. Anywho, all that said, I sort of feel like I might be just, I didn't need to go quickly to the washroom, but I'm gonna try not to, at least get one song out. And I think I'm gonna start with the one that I'm a bit more confident with. I don't play it often. I haven't heard it. Well, I heard it this morning. But oh yeah, and by the way, one of those paper bags did break as I was coming in the door with it. And there was something that could have potentially been messy, and in a glass jar, essentially. So anywho, I'm going to play a song that you might be familiar with, Bruce Springsteen. And then I'm going to do another one, which a lot of people will be quite familiar with. I just recently learned about it. Um, Maybe I'll do the other one first, and then when there's more people here, I'll say more. I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to get it out of the way first, but I also feel like I can wait. So, and this has not been plugged in, but it's fairly fully charged. Especially since at the moment I only have 2 song ideas, but you're welcome to give me others. Okay, so we're over here at the piano now. I'm just going to put this over here. Okay, there. Even when you don't overpack bags, like heavy things like big bags of pet food or things, cases of water, I really don't think this guy could have carried them. Going by what I saw, just to say a little bit more on that, because I just kind of lifted one of our cases of water. And, like I say, in this kind of job, you have to be able to do it. It may not be the most physically demanding job out there, but it is a physical job. And, tipping beforehand is a little mixy. So we usually give the lowest one because we don't, know what the service is going to be like. Again, it may not have been completely his, although part of me thinks it was, even still. But, like if I had done that lifting, I don't know. Anyway, but part of me also thinks, kudos to him for having the job. And part of me also thinks, I don't mind helping. Something of purpose. I don't know. Okay, so here's the first song. I'm just going to get my water. That was the first song. It's pretty near perfect, I'd say. Okay. Good thing in the dark. And if you came for the second one, I'll be doing that next. So, without a lot of stuff in between, I promise. One thing I will say about this, when I looked at the lyrics, is the first 4 lines. What it says, it seems like it should be saying the opposite of what it says. Let me know what you think. And I think you understand why, because it's kind of describing a sequence, but it feels backwards. I get up in the evening. Penny, if you're watching, say something. And I ain't got to say, no, you do. In the morning, go to bed feeling the same way. Ain't nothing but tired. Man, I just tired and bored with myself. Hey, hey there, baby. I could use a little love. Let's start the fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. Even if we're dancing in the dark. Radio's on and moving around the place. Wanna check a look in the mirror. Wanna, I need to make this bigger, can I? No? Oh man, eyes are showing themselves. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, and I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just ending up like this. If something happens somewhere, maybe I just know that there is. I don't know where it is, but can't stop the fire. Can't start the fire without a spark. It's the sky. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Sitting around getting older. There's a joke somewhere in the sun. I shake the world off my shoulders. love reaction. Come on, baby, give me a look. I think they don't like me as much as I don't think it's better. Catch up the fire. Okay. Even if we're just dancing in the dark, it's not a fire. From the talking and this and that earlier, I'm a little congested. I'm kind of wanting to do the next one that I had in mind, but I'm kind of wanting to browse some of his other songs to see if there's anything else. I think we're just going to do the other one. Now, what I want to say about that one is a couple of things. And by couple, I mean maybe 3 or 4 quickly. Thanks for accepting that, because I noticed that I wasn't going to. But one, I've never seen the show. I feel like the word in the title turns me off, but almost both of them, kind of, not to get deeply into that. However, if they're hunting them, bang, bang, gone with demons, that's not so bad, kind of thing. It's a really neat song. I heard it on the radio a couple times. I've seen it in a karaoke playlist. I've heard a couple covers of it. I was tempted to actually cover this with the cover. I guess we'll see how I do with it. It's neatly crafted. The lyrics are kind of cool and somewhat relatable. It's a little bit of a tricky song, and if that didn't show it, but it looks like maybe it did. I've been musical for a while. I don't want to toot my own bugle, but I do believe I know actually I'm quite talented. However, I don't know if I'm going to pull this song off well. Now, when I opened it, one of the things I wasn't sure about, but it seems like they are said, is there are these foreign words. It looks like Korean, I guess, because it's a Korean or Asian created show or movie. So I thought they were names, and at first I thought, is that just them saying that part? But it looks like I'm supposed to sing it. So one, I may mispronounce it. But when I opened up the song, they both were English versions. It looked like the only difference was the names were written in their font. I think the chords were the same, so I'm not really sure which one I want to do, which version I want to do, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I ran through it a little bit, but I was eager just to come and podcast. So I don't know if you're familiar with this song. Let's reload it. Usually that's pretty quick to do. Perfect. To be able to auto scroll, I want to close an advertisement when it pops up. If it pops up. Looks like it wants to, but it's really just a white square. And then the chords, which I don't need to see a diagram for. But it won't let me hide them. So, okay. Just a moment. I'm trying to remember. This morning, I had a bit of a sore stomach, and often that kind of comes to sore back, which I don't remember. I kind of feel it now, but I've been sitting in this seat not long, but I feel a bit congested, which is just a human thing. But I think that it's maybe because, not that I'm not used to talking, a lot, on here or whatever, but I think that might be part of it. But hopefully I'll pull this off. That's all I can say. And if you have a song request, feel free to put it below. And I hope the person that's watching this is actually enjoying it. I mean, I haven't seen a like come through yet, and likes are sure anonymous. You're still here though, so I thinking you are. So that's cool. And if you're not, I'm curious what it is about it that you're not liking, but staying here anyway. But I'm, because it's hard. It's hard to, necessarily interpret this kind of thing. But I'm going to interpret it positively. That, or at least that you're having a curiosity about me, about this video, and that's keeping you glued here, kind of, sort of. So glad I'm keeping you curious. As you can tell, I'm curious, so I'm wondering. Okay, here we go. So, we have two of you here now. Welcome. And again, that was my first time doing that song. I think I did all right. Hopefully, you did as well. It looks like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have a song request, feel free to put it below in the chat, rather. or below in the comments. When you think of them afterwards, I can do them in future videos. I'm not quite ready to wrap this up yet. However, and I don't know anything else from that show or movie. I'm just going to say, at this point, I don't. But I know a lot of other stuff. I kind of did the ideas that I had for this video. But if you have suggestions, like I say, I'll watch for them. I still don't know whether I should have live chat or super chat on. But I have chat on. I just have to run upstairs very briefly. But I'm glad to have you here. And I look forward to hearing from you when I get back. Back in just a minute or two more, folks. A minute or two more. I appreciate your patience. And yeah. I'll keep doing my video. Okay, well, we have both of you here still. But if you're commenting, I'm very, very sorry that they are not showing up. I don't know why. Or you're not commenting. I don't know why. If you are, though, what I might suggest is hopefully they show up to you. So you can still like and subscribe, of course, if you haven't yet. And there's no likes yet, but you've been here for a while, so that's heading towards a like, I would imagine. But anywho, you're welcome if you do see your comments to copy, select them, and after the video is posted, come and paste them in the comment section. That should work. And if you're not commenting, again, no, I mean, it's fine. I'm not going to make you, but there's no need to be shy. No need to worry about, me judging what you say. As long as it's nice and kind, we'll get along fine. I mean, yes, I am I know we did get some secondhand music books recently. I haven't looked at them very much yet, though. I do have a bunch of songs open, but I haven't done them yet, and they've been open for a few days. So I'm thinking, for whatever reason, I've decided not to do them or didn't know them very well. Tempted to do that one. It's almost the opposite of the theme of the previous one, but still possibly good. But I know I looked at it the other day and I thought, yeah, I don't know. And that one I did the other day, that Codaline one. So I think I'm going to close that. And I've done that Ziggy Alberts one in another video fairly recently. And now my mouse is being a bit wonky. Hopefully the video is still recording okay. I'm just going to take a moment to look at the music books, which I was going to do anyway. And it'll hopefully come back to normal. Okay, it looks like it has. Right now I'm looking at a book of Irish music. Blue Autumn. That's kind of a funny title, but I don't know it. Mary Lou's finally made it to Broadway. I do want to learn that one that I saw my friend, who's probably going to be live soon because it's around that time, doing the other day, but I'm not ready to do it yet. I don't remember opening that one. Sway Buble? Sway Buble? I don't remember opening it, but I was looking at Buble recently, so it's possible. Okay, let me just see here. Hope everybody's having a good day, by the way. Here it's just after 11, so it's not super into the day yet, but just looking at songbooks here. I don't really know many of these. No one's to try this one. Kind of works to hold it, unless I have to turn a page. I'm just looking at the other music books that we had recently gotten too. A couple of them are over there. He was playing a song the other day, the other person in the house, that I recognized, and kind of a good one. I don't remember what it was called, though, and there was one in the book that sort of turned me off, and so I put it aside. Huh. Anywho, don't want to make you wait too long for the next song, so this is the other new book that I'm seeing. A lot of these are chapstick if you're wondering, chapstick if you're not. I gave up with that line a while ago, and I like it. Okay, I've never played this one before, but I'm definitely fairly familiar with it. Fortunately, the flutist in the house is not here right now, so you have to imagine the flute with it if you wish. Do I only know the chorus? That's what I'm wondering. We'll find out, won't we? And if it's somebody I'm familiar with, especially, you don't have to stay long. It's still nice to hear from you. But either way, nice to hear from you. Anyway. I might just put this up here, laptop, that way I can use the music stand. I don't want to put it up and down a bunch, and When your sweet lilting laughter's like some fairy song, and your eyes are bright as can be. You should have all the while, other times smile, and now smile, a smile for me. Oh, when I didn't know most of these words, by the way, in this song, rather. Wait for your smile as a part of the love in your heart, and sunshine more bright, like the linnets. Sweet songs be burning, all day long. Comes your laughter, so tender and light. Oh, the sweet time of night is the sweetest of all. There is never a real care or regret. Yeah, the springtime is ours too. All of our youth hours, let us smile each chance that we get. Oh, when Irish eyes are smiling, should smile up in spring. The love of Irish laughter over there. And the Irish hearts are happy. We'll see bright and days when Irish eyes are smiling. Well, the two of you have been here for a while, and I sure do appreciate it. Let's say our prayers for Melissa in Alaska with the weather they've been having lately, and Sheila, one of our frequent viewers in Kentucky. Haven't seen her in a long time, but she used to really love coming here and chatting, so I'm not sure what's going on with her. Wish I knew her full name so I could kind of try and look that up, see if I find something, but I don't. I did think, that's right, but, there's probably lots of Sheila K's. I think it was Kay in that group that we both met in. I realized that actually she met us on Facebook first. I didn't realize that, like in a group. I don't think we were actually ever connected. Just looking in my inbox, but I don't know why it's finding people not named Sheila when I search Sheila. Makes a lot of sense to me. Not really, but Anywho, I'm not sure what else to do in this one. I'm glad you're both here enjoying it, so I kind of want to keep rolling. I'm a little tired, but as long as you're both here enjoying it, I see what I can add to the mix, and others may come in as well. Can't say why you're so shy, but you are. So I accept that. Um, Nice to have a couple people here watching. I'm sorry I'm sounding a little repetitive, but it is. Um, I looked at that, didn't I, the other day? That's a neat title. You're the only star in my blue heaven. Now, heaven won't be blue in a sad way, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, they miss their loved ones, but when we reunite with them, pretty happy about it as will we, right? Um, Also, if you could say prayers or at least healing thoughts, whatever you want to call them, for one of our family members in a blended family, but family members has recently went into palliative care. Uh, her, her and her sister wanted to try and go to Ireland again. I'm still wondering if we should try and go where she's at, but I don't know. Anyway, wanted to try and go to Ireland again, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. When you hear palliative, you hear last last bit of life, right? So more certainly than the uncertainty we all have, um, while we exist and what that kind of thing. Um, what a weird title for a song. Just looking at this book, "The Cross-Eyed Cowboy on the Cross-Eyed Horse." That's my best cross-eye. Dot your I's and cross your T's, folks. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyway. I used to say that in school. Um, huh. I really am worried about Sheila and Melissa. I really am. Doesn't look like any of the usuals have went live yet. They go live daily unless I just need to reload it. Like if Maxie's live, I could not. Oh, there's somebody I've never seen before that's live. I think he's playing in the forest or whatever. So I hate to leave you both. Doesn't look like you're rushing off. I'm assuming you're still at the screen listening and watching. Feel free to get more familiar with me on the other videos, especially in the live tab. Those are the more recent ones, and the ones where you'll see more of me specifically. Uh, yeah, check that out. I've been really enjoying discovering people while they're live myself and finding myself in the chat and kind of, building a YouTube community and getting to know others, including other musicians. So I feel called to do that now. So I'm going to. But yeah, thanks again. And hopefully the two of you come out of your shyness, if that's what it is, um, and maybe say something at some point. Till then, have a great rest of your day. Take care. It's like I just wrapped up. You're still here. And you've been here for like about 30, 40 minutes. I hate to leave you. I hate to leave you. I don't know. I could play a bit of that other guy's content. And maybe it'll inspire a song, but no, I'll be back again probably later today, or at least on the weekend. God willing.